Yo, so we've finally gotten the second sneak peek for chapter 14 of Boruto TBV Vortex, and we are seeing the reveal of the new Shinju. So from chapter 13, I was skeptical as to whether the new Shinju that has been cultivated or created, or whatever phrase you want to use, was the same Shinju that Kashin Koji saw in his vision of the future of the awakened claw grimes. However, it seemed as though it was in fact the same guy we saw in that scene, and I'm pretty confident that this new claw grime is Shinki. But right away, I'm seeing a lot of people arguing that this guy is not even Shinki, which I would say is very valid, because if you look at the panel that shows him, my guy is looking hella ugly. Not to be rude or anything, but that is not what I remember Shinki looking like. He also looks very like big and tanky, which again wouldn't really resemble that scrawny kid we saw in Boruto Part 1, unless he's been putting on some serious pounds during the time skip. So yeah, the panel has been roughly translated, and essentially Jura says, "How do you feel? Have you awakened?" Now I see most people focusing on who this Shinju actually is, but I think the much more interesting takeaway from this panel is that statement of "have you awakened?" This is extremely weird to me, and it sort of suggests that perhaps Jura had already seen this Shinju, but at that point he hadn't quite awakened. What I mean when I say that is essentially before the Shinju actually gain a consciousness or a self of being, perhaps a claw grime like a caterpillar would will slowly transform into that thorn soul. And the reason I use a caterpillar as reference is a caterpillar will transform into a butterfly by going up into that cocoon sort of thing, which also somewhat resembles a thorn soul which we see. And I think it's the other Shinju's role or job to cultivate the Thorn Soul once it has fully manifested. Hence why Jura is ensuring that this new Shinju has actually awakened and has gained a full consciousness of his own. And what's even more interesting here is in chapter 13, we saw Jura ask Hidari, "How do you feel?" The exact same question he is asking here. So I'm just speculating here, but it seems like Jura has a full understanding of how the creation of the Shinju works, and he is taking on the role of making sure they all awaken correctly. We know that he is their leader and everything, but it just seems weird that he has to ask if they are feeling okay whenever he turns a Thorn Soul into a Shinju. And I think this is going to be very important in the future of Boruto, as myself and a few others have theorized that perhaps repeatedly killing these Shinju, forcing them to revive in the way that we saw Hidari did, could cause the Shinju to slowly turn back into their host. Not necessarily physically, but rather the host is able to gain more control over that Shinju's body. And hence why Hidari said that he felt weird after reviving, because Sasuke's consciousness is slowly overtaking Hidari's, and hence why Jura makes sure that they are all feeling okay after remanifesting. Anyways, this new Shinju is called Ryu, which I guess we have to wait and see to find out what the actual meaning of that name is, but that will be a huge indication as to who this Shinju originates from, as so far the name of the Shinju often suggests or has ties to the original host's name. But we are still waiting for the tech spoilers, which are said to be coming in the coming hours beyond this video's release, and I will make sure to cover those spoilers as soon as they come out, so be sure to watch out for when that video gets dropped. But I thought I would just quickly cover the sneak peek, and I'll be sure to cover the spoilers once they are out. Anyways, make sure to comment your thoughts on the new Shinju or your interpretation of the meaning behind Jura's words. Also, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more Boruto content in the future, and if you did enjoy, then make sure to like the video just so it gets pushed out to more and more people. Anyways, with that all said, this was a very short video, but I hope you enjoyed anyways, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.